Welcome back to MTFC TV. Joining me this time is Manager Dave Frecklington from a relatively noisy Shorts Lounge. So if you can't hear us, I do apologise for that, but you should be able to hear Dave. Dave, you've done your first Q&A session today with the club. There was a handful of spectators here, some good questions. How do you think things went?
I thought it was okay, yeah. Some good questions, some indifferent ones, but that's what we want to try and do. We want to try and make sure everyone's involved, supporters, officials, players. It's get everything out in the open. It's easy to go on social media and all those kind of accounts and state what you think. You don't know who you're getting on there. So we give them opportunities to come into the clubhouse after training and give their voice and give their opinions.
Which a few people did. Some people, that's put a few names to faces, and sadly there was a few who are more vocal on social media who didn't attend today. But I often find with yourself you're very approachable. So would you say to those who perhaps couldn't make today, if they wanted to come ask you a question face to face, you're more than happy to?
Absolutely, yeah. It's a football club, aren't we? It's a club. It's we're trying to do the best for Matlock Town. We feel we're a work in progress. We feel that we're probably above and where we want to be in terms of schedule. We want everyone to be involved in that. Everyone wants to be a part of that, and by being together and by being as one, it can be a powerful thing. So, as much as we get frustrated when things don't go our way, it's instead of voicing it, in an angry way, come and voice it face to face in the bar after the game or in events like we have on today.
How important do you feel it is to have everybody at the club pulling in the same direction? I know it's something you've preached about a lot, and we've seen today every single member of the playing squad that was at training has stayed behind. There's been some food laid on. There's now a few left behind to play snooker, I believe. So it's important to foster that relationship between the fan base and yourself.
It is, yeah. I mean, we've always had a good change room at every club we've been at. We always try and pull along the same kind of lines. There's going to be casualties along the way. There's going to be, there's going to be bloodshed, tears. But what we do always try and advertise is to everyone to be on the same hymn sheet. And you're not always going to get that. You're always going to have opinions what probably don't really go down well. But football's all about them. Football's all about opinions, and some you're not pleased with, some that you are pleased with, and you have to take the rough with the smooth. But in terms of what we're trying to do here, you can see today, we're all going on a team bonding day in Sheffield now afternoon, and watch the results come in, have a few beers, and looking forward to the rest of the afternoon.
We'll have to take a squad photo to make sure everyone returns safely. We don't lose any stragglers. How important are those team bonding trips as a manager? Because you see, obviously at this level, lads work outside of football, so a lot of the time they do get to spend together. Sometimes it's only at training. It's how important is it to foster that relationship and get everyone together outside, away from football?
It is important because we don't do them very often. You can't be doing it every week. You've got families, wives, girlfriends, kids, but football takes a big part of your life up. Saturday, Tuesday, Thursday. Sometimes we're out watching games. So you try and schedule it and get half a dozen a year if you can. But you do a lot more of that in pre-season, which we've not been able to have coming in late September. We've had to try and do it as we've gone along, and this is probably the first big one. But again, some probably are not as sociable as others, but you have to try and get them and buy them into the way you want to work. And they end up always being good afternoons, good evenings, and it brings you a little bit closer together.
There's a few more academy players here today than we've seen previously. Perhaps some Alex Phillipson particularly, who hasn't had minutes in the first team recently, but has been a regular reserves in academy. How important is it for those younger lads to train with the first team, see what you're about?
Well, they've been training now with us for 5 or 6 weeks. We want to try and have a close look on them. It's important they get involved with the seniors and to know the expectations of what it takes to be a first team player at the club. There's a lot of talented players in there. There's a lot of players that sometimes do better in training than doing games. So it's just a case of making sure you give them that opportunity to stake a claim. And with budget, the way they are, and you get into a stage of the season now where you're not always going to be spending that thing. You've got one eye next year. Now's the time to give these young lads an opportunity.
Now, to have a quick period of reflection, as we do now and again when we get the chance, perhaps on game days. We've not had the best of runs recently. We picked up 3 very important points against North Ferriby in a game that I think a lot of people suspected Ferriby to be a lot weaker of a side than they were. I think they didn't get enough credit that game myself. But looking at it now, the mission statement when you came in was obviously to keep the club in the league. I believe, if not already, we're already not far off mathematically doing that. Are you pleased with what you've done at the club so far?
Well, you always want to strive to do better. I think up until the turn of the year, we were flying. We had a regular team. We were consistent. We were on that kind of run where we're Saturday, Tuesday, and we're churning out results, performances. And since the turn of the year, it's not quite happened for us. There's not been any secret as to why. Everybody has injuries, everybody has suspensions, but we just fell a little bit short. We've had a tough run of fixtures, so we've not been outside the top 11 for 10 weeks now. And would you rather be in the bottom 3 now? Would you rather be 4th, 5th bottom and just outside it, or would you rather be 13 points clear of it? So looking at a realistic point of view, yes, we're happy where we are. Could we do better? Do we want better? Of course. So we've got another 9 games left. We had a 10-game season starting last week at Ferriby. We managed to win that one. And then obviously we've got 9 left and we want to try and win as many as we can. So if we can finish the season strongly, that's only going to set the club up for good things hopefully for next year.
We heard from Mugger during the Q&A. I was hoping to grab him for an interview, but he's slinked off somewhere, so I'll have to catch him at another point. But he mentioned during that he felt the injuries that we've had aren't due to how the team plays or how the team trains. It's just a case of misfortune. Do you feel similar in that regard? Yeah,
it is. Injuries are unfortunate, aren't they? You don't go out to get injured. You don't go out to train to get injured. You don't go out to play to get injured. So they're just always unfortunate. It could be collisions, tackles, could be just turning with no one around you and doing a knee. So strains, muscles. It's demanding. Saturday, Tuesday, Thursday. You're always going to be. I say it's not impossible, but you look at Farsley and the teams at the top. They've had the same kind of team week in, week out. Those that are probably mid-table and downwards will probably argue that they haven't, and they've had to try and find ways to try and change things. Like when we came in, needed surgery. We got told that we inherited, good players, but we wanted to improve the way we wanted to work, and that takes a lot of time and a lot of effort. And along the ways, you're going to get those injuries, and you have to deal with it as and when. So it is what it is.
Now, going forward, we've seen Craig King sign on next season, Craig Westgarth signed on. Is there any more movement in that department? Is there anything to announce?
Yeah, there's ongoing discussions, and we'll try and have those talks and conversations within the coming weeks. And I think once we're mathematically safe, I think we can probably relax a little bit more and those talks will be a little bit more easy to do. So yeah, but remember, good players will always have not just Matlock Town wanting their services, they'll always have other clubs wanting their services as well. So those conversations will take place in the coming weeks, no doubt about that.
You've come in, we put a fair few stats up online the other day, I don't know if you've seen them yourself, detailing life before your management this season and life after, and there's been no doubt remarkable improvement. Now, I think from a lot of fans, they'll be hopeful that you stay at the club the next season. Is that something you can commit to at the minute?
I think it's just a conversations we have to have with the board and have to have with the officials here and the chairman and sit down and see where we're going to go from there. When no one's ever guaranteed anything in football, and I'm sure that something will be sorted sooner or later. But it's a fantastic club. It's got good support base. It's everything that we thought it would be. And again, we've been asked to do a job. We feel we've done it as best as we possibly can, and to be out of the top 10 for the last 10 weeks, we feel we're going in the right direction. But as to our future, we have to sit down and have them conversations, as and when, and then we'll take it from there.
As a management team, though, would you personally like to see yourself still here at Matlock Town next season if it was your choice?
Oh, absolutely, yeah, of course. We've put a lot of hard work and effort into this club, and we feel it's the right kind of club for us to take forward. We believe in what we're trying to do, and there's some fantastic people behind the scenes, and it can be a really, really good football club to get hold of and take it forward. It's been a tough job. I'm not going to lie, it's been a real tough job. When you're bottom of the league in October, and to get where we have, it's not been easy. But that's been down to players. You know, we can also set sessions on or put on or pick teams, but it's always down to the players. And we've been fortunate. We've got a lot of good players here, and you know, they've been nothing short of outstanding for us.
I think we'll finish things. I wanted to personally thank you, Chris, Terry, Sol and Mugger for taking the time out of your day today to do the Q&A. And obviously, lads going out in Sheffield, you'll be ready to go out, have a few drinks, relax. So thank you for your time.
No, thank you, James. Thanks for your hard work, mate. Cheers.